What was your biggest takeaway from Vienna over the last 72 hours?
Good morning. Well, the biggest takeaway is that OPEC actually reached an agreement. And a number of people are certainly frustrated for the lack of detail around that agreement, as you were saying, a lack of detail around the allocation of who's going to produce what. But in the end, to get this deal, we could not have any detail to get Venezuela and Iran on board. After that, the consensus is probably looking for a 700,000 barrel a day increase over the next several months. A lot of that brought from Saudi, Russia, the UAE, and Kuwait.
So when you take a look at prices, how do you think the markets are interpreting it? Is it something fundamental, or is this sort of an unwinding of positions?
I think this morning the reaction on Brent in particular was sort of a knee-jerk reaction to the developments we had over the weekend, because on Friday OPEC had said it would increase output nominally by 1 million barrels a day. People thought it would be effectively 600,000 barrels a day. So that million turned into 600,000 barrels a day, which wasn't that much. And then on the weekend, when we had a meeting with OPEC Plus, the agreement was expanded to include Russia and the rest of these non-OPEC countries helping OPEC, and that's where the bearish sentiment came from, because in essence Russia is going to be able to contribute to this 1 million barrel a day increase, and so the market corrected. But when you do the barrel math and you look at the supply risk out there, clearly the situation right now in the oil market is still very constructive for oil prices.
So, Harry, as you look at what happened over the weekend, did Saudi Arabia, through their oil ministry, really step up and say, we're going to be the guarantor that the price doesn't go too high, when you said we'll do whatever it takes?
Well, in OPEC language, they're committed to market stability, so the question is stable at what price? I think there have been a number of concerns emerging from the U.S. and India as far as high oil prices. Saudi Arabia may have responded to those concerns by engineering this increase in output, albeit collectively. But in the end, when you look at the situation in the market, as I was saying, we face possible loss of Iranian oil supply. Venezuela is a wild card. Libya has seen its supply shuttered as a result of attacks on storage facilities. All these things combine to still produce a constructive oil price outlook. So inasmuch as Saudi may have been trying to address concerns in terms of higher oil prices, the other factors around OPEC still conspire for a constructive outlook on price.